Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CoculesNation. My name is Secret Agent Nick Snow Cocules. I'm the founder and the director of the Cocules Industry Spy Network and the CoculesNation. What you're seeing right now is actually not i3. I did this with a similar window manager called BSPWM. That one was a little easier than this one, HerbstluftWM. HerbstLuft is essentially an X11 window manager that takes the best parts of BSPWM and a Haskell window manager called Xmonad. You may have heard of Xmonad. You may have also heard of BSP. Not many people have heard about HerbstLuft. However, in my case, I decided to try out HerbstLuft for a while and live in it every once in a while to see how things are going to go. I am trying to do a master and stack, but for some reason, I don't get windows moving over to another side, or I don't have them spawning on one side. It's a little complicated for me, and I'm going to have to find exactly how I could go about it. That said, though, what I could do is show you my auto start as of thus far. This was one I tried earlier. I did something else different, but that didn't necessarily work very well. I need to find where I botched it, because I botched something. The programs, these are the programs that I have, including but not limited to my Xrandr setup. I've got PyCom, I have Nitrogen, the NM applet, that's the network manager thing up here. I have the polybar, which is why you see this. These numbers over here, they don't have anything beside them. I need to figure that out. Dunst, well, for Dunst, it's actually very simple. It's just a notification thing. I have the poll kit. This is the GNOME poll kit because I am using Cinnamon as my desktop environment if needed. SCT, that is how I can get essentially a little color filter, essentially. And then Diodon. Diodon is my clipboard manager, and I think it uses Xclip. You have the key bindings removed here. These are all of the default key bindings. I am using mod 4, that is the super key we call it, or in most cases the Windows key. But we also have alt as the mod 1 key, that's the alternate. These are the basic bindings. I have to open a window. I'll go down here. Right? That's pretty simple. And then to reload the config, to reset the window manager, it's mod shift R. And then we have some client movement, but what are clients? Well, the clients, I can't really do anything about that right now because I have to cycle through the clients. So it's kind of strange, all things considered. Moving on. Client movement. We have here mod shift left to shift something to the left and whatnot. And the mouse, we have the mouse buttons. And then, of course, I have it set to follow the mouse, so it's going to be essentially mouse focus. I have all this focus stuff here, so mod and tab, mod shift and tab. Why did I add an underscore? I don't know why I added an underscore. Cycle and then jump to urgent. Over here, this is all layout stuff, so remove something, do a floating toggle, full screen. Then focus, whatever, pseudo tile. This is a pseudo tile here. Then we have a floating, if you wanted to float. To remove something, it's mod and R. Got some basic programs here. I've got Rofi, which is mod D. And then Alacrity, which I did, is just mod enter. Basically the same as i3, and I think also my BSPWM config. And then, of course, bring out Octopi. I need user bin Octopi. Why do you want me to do that? Reload, and then add in Octopi. That's not bad. I'll do that. PCMatFM, same key as always. For the browsers, all the browsers are there. Mod shift and O, that's how I spawn OBS. KeyPassXC and NT-auth. Then some workspace. All this workspace stuff. There's either a Z or an N. Some people used N, others used Z or Z. I'll go ahead and do that. Reset this. I can't do anything. So yeah, it is actually Z. That's what I thought. Then we have the tree style. This is a weird looking tree style, but that's how they do it. We have the split vertical 0.6 HC remove. Got some padding shenanigans here. All of that. And then unlock it all just in case. That's essentially my HerbstluftWM configuration as of right now. But it's actually very simple. In my case, I just did sudo pacman. Actually, I'm using doas, so doas pacman dash capital S, and then HerbstluftWM. Now, if you are using CachyOS like I am, what will probably be happening is that you'll be getting it from the Cachy repos. I think it will be Cachy extra repos. In my case, I think it is version 3. I'll take a look here. That's what I did, and that's how I got it. Otherwise, if you're using anything Arch-based without other repositories, you'll be getting the actual extra repository for it. So that's how you do it. In Ubuntu or Debian, sudo apt install, then HerbstluftWM, like so. Or if you're using DNF and you have doas, DNF, you get the idea. Right, you get the idea. Now, obviously, I am personally using X11 because I've made a video last week about this, so hopefully you already know. But I don't want to spend any more time just blabbering on about this, and also trying to hack away at essentially a master and stack, like I can do in i3. That said, I am out of time for this video. Thank you, and good night.